So now we are going to continue. This is the second part of our full scenario of building your IoT system from scratch. So till now we used or we created an we used Node-RED to create a test script or a test flow using one of the existing flows from flows.nodred.org. We had to modify it a little bit to fix some parameters. Then we tested it, we deployed it, and we created our own resources on Azure. So this is the second part. We are going to focus here on building the streaming analytics service, so we can collect this data from the IoT Hub and then use it for processing, machine learning, or storage, for example. So this is the next phase. Then the third phase will be to create the machine learning part. So this is the second phase, is to create the streaming service. So I'm going to share my screen again, and let's start. Okay, so again, this is my sketch we created in the previous recording, and this is the Azure portal I have. So let's expand it a bit. We already created last time. We created a storage account. We haven't used it yet. Okay, so let's go to the resource. So this is the storage account we created in the previous video. We are going to use it now to store some data in it. So, but before that, I need to create another resource. So let's go and create a new resource. Log in again to the same account and create a new resource. This will be the streaming analytics resource. So I'm going to create new and then streaming. Results. Yeah, stream analytics job. Stream analytics job. So this job, stream analytics job, is going to collect the data for us and do some, run some functions and so on. So it will be stream 99. Let's see if this name is available. Okay, Azure subscription. Okay, same Azure subscription. Resource group, same resource group we created last time, and same location, which is Canada for me, Central. And then, okay, that's good. That's it. Then create. Hosting environment, it's on the cloud, not on the edge. This will create the stream analytics job. Deployment succeed. Let's go to the resource. For this one, here shows you the overall. You need inputs, outputs, and this is a query. So on the left-hand side, we have inputs here. So let's go to the inputs here, and we have to add a new stream input from IoT Hub. So the input is coming from IoT Hub. So let's go do that and give it a name, IoT-input. Alias. Then select from subscription, IoT Hub from subscription, same subscription, IoT Hub, not this one. The other one we just created, this one. And the rest is okay. Share the policy name, no problem. Owner, so to give you full access to the IoT Hub, this one. Endpoint, yeah, the rest is the same, no problem. Partition ID and so on. Okay, so let's save This creates the input for you and tests also the input. So it's testing to make sure it has a connection to the input. Before actually continue, just make sure you already streamed some data to the input. This is really important. Okay, so the input is active and is working. Maybe what I'm going to do is going to my sketch and send some data. The data should be consistent somehow, so we can build something with it. So maybe I'll use the last data, which sends group of data, not only one speed or one temperature. It sends group of data here, just to use it as an input here. So this is an input again. We create it, that's fine. Okay, all good. Let's go and create an output. The output here, we are going to host the output or the data done on the storage account. So it will be, where is it? Yeah, Blob Storage. To store the data, let's say IoT Blob. Is the alias. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah, IoT Blob. Select existing one, so the same storage account I created in the previous video, and the container I'm going to create a new one, IoT Blob. No. Oh, it needs to be all lowercase, so I have to put it all lowercase. Sorry. For the authentication mode, we didn't set up any managed identity, so we're going to use just a connection string for this. It'll be easier to configure here. That's it. And JSON UTF. Okay, all good. So let's save this. Should create for us the output node. Successful. Okay. Then let's go to create our own query. For the query here, this is kind of SQL query. So we're going to select everything from the input and put it in the output. Okay, so the input here we have is, the input is IoT input. So let's remove this and put here the IoT input. Let's write it. And this one is the output. It will be IoT Blob, Blob. Okay, so the input is IoT input, and this is the IoT Blob. The areas we just created here in the input and output. That's it. Then we can save query, and let's test query. Okay, looks like it's working. We got some data: average flow rate, average static pressure, all of the same because we are injecting the same data all over and over. Okay, so the same data. We didn't change anything, so the same data, but at least it's working, and this is what we need. And then for testing also, we can go here and go to the job diagram. Oh yeah, we need to start the service. We haven't started the service yet. We can start from here, or we can start from the overview. There is also start and so on and so on. Once you start the service, it is going to collect the data and push the data to the blob storage. Okay, so let's start it. I click start. Start. Oh, sorry, I have to click start also here. 2 steps to start. So starting, it takes time to start and also to stop. So it's starting the data collection process. And then what I'm going to do now is to monitor. I already know how to monitor from Visual Studio Code. but I want to monitor also on the storage account if we got the data or not. So say created. After creating, I'm just going to go to the job. Resource group, okay, it's created here. And I think it's already running, so let's go to the job diagram. Okay, no data yet. Okay, so maybe I have to go and inject some data from this. Successfully started, okay. Let's put some data. I'm injecting some data, so the data you see here is the same data, average row, average flow rate, average static pressure, and so on. This is the data I'm injecting using my sketch from here. I'm not sure why this doesn't show the flow. It should actually show us the flow. Let's refresh. Yeah, it's created now. So this is the input we created, and this is the query, which only selects the data, and this is the output. This is the flow of my data. So let's go to the storage account and double check if the storage account got some data or not. So let's go to the containers in the storage account. And for the container, I have the IoT Blob container. And inside this, I got the data here. Let's open it and see the data. I can download the JSON file, or I can just click edit here to see the data online. I don't have to download. So this is the data I injected. Okay. Already came here and stored here with some extra metadata like event UTC time, partition ID is 3, event UTC, like, you know, other time, IoT hub name, and so on. Some metadata added for me, exactly. So if I go back again and inject another data just to double check if things are okay. It's precise here. So I have 5 points here. So let's click 2 more, 1, 2, and then refresh here. Yeah, I got 2 more here. I have 7 values. So now all data are streamed from IoT Hub coming here. So the next what we are going to do is we are going to create our machine learning process, but we have to train it first. Then we go there. When we go to the stream here, you can create a function. Where is this functions? Functions, we can create a function here, and this function, but I have to stop first. I can't modify unless it's stopped, so I have to stop the streaming. So in the functions, I need to, once it stops, I can add a function, and this function can be based on machine learning. So maybe we are going to do it in the next video. Thank you.